What's up, peoples? We're in the studio just right now, just chilling a little bit, and talk a little bit of boxing. In the background, I just did this little song. It's a little serious, but I thought I might just play it in the background a little bit. All right, so talking boxing, as you can see here, Lomachenko threw some cheap shots at Mikey Garcia, which I find rather stupid. Seeing that the possibility of them fighting is kind of small, seeing that Mikey's in a much higher weight class right now. And yes, he's still lightweight champion of the world, but here's what it is. So, let's see. I gotta hit the road in a minute. I'm just trying to get things organized here. So, anyways, man, there you go. So, Mikey Garcia, man. I think I've shown you guys this already, but I'm gonna show you again. Just a little preparation for something I do for myself. I got a little better at it now. Yep. It's a little bit better. So I'm gradually starting to, I was checking myself day by day to see how my abs were going. Just demonstrating a little ab work for you guys. You guys who don't exercise and get yourself back in order, it's good to do a little ab work. I only did 4. That's not much. That's next to nothing, but it's still good to keep the body healthy, keep you in shape. We're doing a lot of ab work these days. It's only been for 3 days, but it's been good. So I get back myself in order. I want to show you guys a little bit of how my boxing is evolving. So this is called a box step, and you have to be in the correct stance and all of that. Just move this carpet out of the way a little bit. Demonstrate the box step to you guys. I think I might join Coach Eric Bradley, the fight doctor and master boxing. I might join him because, you know, this is a simple box step, right? So here I am. It's me here. Okay? I'm a southpaw stance. All right? And we go. That's the box step. All right? It's simple stuff. Get properly into my stance. I've been in my stance. See, because this is what I can do. So like say I want to go this way, right? But I don't have to. If instead of going this way, just learn how to move, right? Okay? Alright? Alright. And if I want to, I can do some pivot work. Alright? If I want to, I can walk my way around. Walk my way around. Not too good. Try. Alright, so I'm getting there. We got ways to go, but I'm getting back in shape a little bit. Yeah, so not too bad. And we're working on it. We're working on it. Gradually, we're gonna get back in shape. Feel a lot better. Face still looking haggard because I'm not getting enough sleep, but we'll get there in time. So we're talking about Mikey Garcia versus Lomachenko. And Lomachenko been talking smack. He been talking smack about Mikey for the last couple of whatever. And so, you know how it is. You know how it is. We just have to kind of just say, you know what, whatever they want to do, it's fine, but we're not into that kind of beat, you know what I mean? So, Derek James been maintaining they were trying to outbox Mikey and stuff, but we know Errol was trying to get him out of there as well. You know, like Errol's trying to get Mikey off the hook and stuff. Nope. I hate when people lie like that. Just acknowledge it. We were trying to get him out of there. See, when people are honest, Derek James in the final round was saying, get his ass out of there. And Mikey walks Errol Spence's ass down that whole round. Almost the entire round. So Errol could not get Mikey out of there. Derek James can talk that shit as much as he wants to. We all know Mikey wasn't going to get stopped. All right? We knew this from the get-go because Mikey had that defense. And if they want to rematch again so Errol Spence could get a chance to knock out Mikey, he's going to learn very quickly. Mikey ain't that guy that you can knock out, okay? It's not going to happen. And it's not about Mikey being in survival mode. If Mikey was in survival mode, as everybody's talking, Errol Spence would have gotten him out of there. Mikey was counterpunching Errol Spence in very key places, and he was also getting his body into certain positions so that he could push Errol Spence back. So the only thing which was different was Errol Spence was able to keep Mikey away from him just sufficiently to have that upper edge on him. And then Errol Spence is going to learn very quickly. But there are not many fighters like Mikey with that kind of IQ and stuff. Because they're saying, you know, they're trying to make it sound like, you know, Errol Spence, Mikey ain't got that IQ. All right? But then Derek James got to acknowledge, no, Mikey a real smart fighter. Okay? Now, Errol Spence was able to outbox Mikey because he really effectively used that jab properly on that Mikey. And there was things Mikey could have done that he did not do in that fight. But by and large, there's very little Mikey could have done about that. Errol Spence really not only utilized the jab properly, but he utilized the pivot work properly. So it made it a lot more difficult for Mikey to just get to the inside of Errol Spence for the last, I think, for 7, 8 rounds. It was hard for Mikey to do that. When he finally got on the inside of Errol Spence is a good inside fighter as well. Even though Errol Spence didn't really land much effective punches on Mikey. He did land shots, don't get me wrong. But it weren't effective shots. What I mean by that is, Mikey was taking the sting off the shots a lot. So he would roll the shots, he would catch the shots, block the shots a lot. He blocked a lot of shots. And so because of that, Errol Spence was not able to really do what he thought he could have done to Mikey. He thought what he had done to every other fighter, he thought he could have done to Mikey, and that wasn't happening. A lot of people had predicted that Errol Spence would overcome Mikey in about the 10th, the later rounds, and stop him. And so they're trying to make that case, you know, Derek James is trying to make that case, you know, this fight should have been stopped in the 11th round and bullshit like that. When in fact, it's just because you were hoping and praying that Mikey would have gotten stopped and gotten out of there. Because Errol Spence seemed to be dominating the fight. And so he thought he would have his way. He was not realizing the fight was very competitive still. You know, Mikey wasn't getting the shots that he wanted to get in. It was very competitive because Mikey's had the defense. And Mikey was walking the Spence. And even Errol Spence brought he brought a glimmer of truth and honesty when he said that team wasn't going to back down. It was solid. All right? And Derek James, he was like, you know, you should have stopped the fight in the 11th round. So Derek James, after he said that in the 11th round, and the boy said, flipped him off and said, fuck you, Derek James decided to stop him. He told Errol Spence to stop Mikey in the 12th round. He said, go get him. Couldn't stop Mikey. In fact, Mikey ended up walking down Errol Spence. Got the last punch in. And that was just to show you. And Derek James saying he's tough and he's mentally tough. No, he's tough all around. A motherfucker walk into you. A smaller guy walk into you. Which reminds me of what Sergey Lipinets did to... Hold on a second. Let me get this phone. trying to get the damn phone. That's why I hate phones. By the time you actually get to the damn phone, and you finally pick up the damn phone, it stops ringing. I hate phones for that. It's all good though. Yeah. So yeah. So even this phone. Gosh, darn it. Anyways, yeah. Sergey Lipinets, a smaller guy than Lamont Peterson. I saw the fight, by the way. A smaller guy than Lamont Peterson. But Sergey Lipinets, he got to the inside. Lamont Peterson was trying to fight an outside game, but Lipinets got to the inside of Peterson. Now, why? The difference between Peterson versus Lipinets and Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia is the angles. I try to explain this to people. Lamont Peterson's no Floyd Mayweather. Neither is Adrian Broner. Errol Spence, on the other hand, is a different kettle of fish. But pivot work. And, you know, Lamont Peterson be trying to pop Lipinets on the outside, but Lipinets was able to get to the inside because he crouched low, come off his jab, and instead of Peterson pivoting away, like how, say, Errol Spence would do, or using his reach to pivot around Lipinets, Peterson would allow Lipinets to come right on the inside. And once on the inside, it's an inside fight. It's amazing that Lipinets stopped Peterson, even though I have to admit, Peterson tripped over Lipinets' foot. Even though he was buzzed severely, he was tripped over Lipinets' foot before he fell down, which is why he jumped up so quickly. It was pretty funny. He jumped up really quickly to show that he was okay. And he was kind of staggering around because his equilibrium was still off. And Coach Barry Hunter stopped the fight. But I was laughing at the knockdown, actually, because it was so funny to me how he tripped over Lipinets' foot, and Lipinets almost fell down, too. And after that, I saw Barry Hunter throw the towel into the ring. I was like, it was so funny to me. The towel came into the ring, and Peterson jumped up, and he was staggering around. That's pretty funny to me, because I don't think Peterson was that badly hurt as people made it out to be. He got severely buzzed by Lipinets. He caught him with I think he caught him first with a left hook, and then he caught him with a right hook across the back of his head. That threw off his equilibrium, and Lipinets jumped on him. And, I mean, he really laid it on him with two really nice, crisp punches. And so Peterson was going down, but then he tripped over Lipinets' foot, hit the ground hard, and jumped back up he sprung back up, boy. Now, in that fight, I'll say that Peterson actually in that round was kind of controlling things because he was the bigger guy. He was pushing Lipinets around, and Lipinets was counterpunching him. Lipinets took some punishment too, but at the end of the day, I think I would put it this way: Peterson retired from boxing, right? He retired from boxing, maybe because he was beaten by Lipinets. I would say this to Peterson: I'd say have one more fight. Just have one more fight. Let's see how things go, and then you can say call it a day. Because I think it's too premature what he said about retiring from boxing. I mean, it's up to him really if he wants to not continue or continue. It's up to him. But I think that in that fight with Lipinets, he did take a lot of punishment from Lipinets, no doubt about it. And Lipinets got some really directly strong, powerful punches on him. And hold on a second. Okay, that's not here. Yeah, so Lipinets caught him with some really powerful shots. Okay, it's by my neighbors. Yeah, Lipinets caught him with some really powerful shots. But he also caught Lipinets with some powerful shots. And he started bullying Lipinets, pushing him around and stuff. But I'm going outside for a second. Yeah, so, all right. Okay. I'm just worried about if this door would slam shut on me. Oh, slam shut. Let's see. I still might push it down. Oh well. Just going outside for a change. This is beautiful sunny weather. This is a beautiful place to be in. Sorry. This door can slam shut. That'll be it for me. Do you want Vlad back? Ed Caller. Oh, my dude. How you doing, man? Vladimir Klitchko retired from boxing, so unless he's coming back for a payday of some kind, I don't think it's a good idea to see him back in the sport of boxing. I don't know why these fighters who have retired come back, but some of them do. I mean, Vlad is in pretty good shape. He hasn't taken a lot of punishment. So if he wants to, he can. But I think his era's over. But if he wants to engage Deontay Wilder, so Wilder could say he has Vladimir Klitschko on his resume as well as Anthony Joshua has it and Tyson Fury, then so be it. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko could be gracious enough to do that. That would be nice. But I just hope he stays healthy. I don't want him to be hurt severely, by it. He's not been in the sport of boxing very often. And these other guys, the younger guys, and been boxing for a while. If he can be competitive with Wilder, which I see him being, because he's a very good boxer, why not? Go for it. Yeah. But I would say that Wilder's a pretty good boxer himself, so I don't know, man. Unless he likes to get knocked out. Roy Jones Jr. stayed in the sport a little too long. Donna Stevenson got wrecked. I don't know, man. It's a dangerous sport to be. It's not even a sport, really, when you think about it. Boxing's not that kind of thing. People think Bob Arum a godsend. Oh, yeah? Some people think that Bob Arum's a godsend. They crazy, man. They lost their marbles. That's a stinker. That's a stinker on boxing. Look what this motherfucker be saying about current boxers. If he's a godsend, then why the hell is he speaking so ill of Mikey Garcia? Why is he speaking so ill of who's the other guy? He been bad talking other fighters, man. And they have not done him anything. They haven't said anything about him. You know what I mean? So fuck Bob Arum. Fuck him. I don't give a fuck about Bob Arum. Yep. Now Top Rank and Todd DeBuff, they're good peoples. Alright? Todd DeBuff is a good guy. Bob Arum need to get the fuck out of boxing and just shut the fuck up. But that will never happen. He'll keep on talking. Just like stinking Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley, who thank God they're out of HBO. Max Kellerman, I'm okay with Max Kellerman. I kind of like Max Kellerman. He's all right. Don't know sometimes what the fuck he's saying, but he's an all right dude. Most of the other guys in boxing are cool. But them three motherfuckers, man, they stink on boxing right now. I'm so glad that the other two are out of boxing. Jim Lampley with his nasty propaganda on Floyd Mayweather off of his stupid show, The Fight Game. They were trying to bring down Floyd. These motherfuckers. I hate them. I shouldn't hate people, but I'm just saying. And Bob Arum, all that motherfucker be talking is a lot of shit. And he always a punk. He like a punk ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? You always punking a fighter because you know they ain't going to face your fighter. So you punk them. Oh, you was punking Floyd for years. Up to now, Floyd can't live down that shit. Oh, the fight was too late. And if you're Manny Pacquiao, oh, fuck that. He'd have fucked up Manny Pacquiao back in 2009. Let's be real out here. All right? Thank God he met him in 2015. He'd have fucked up Manny Pacquiao bad. You think Marquez fucked him up? So let's just stop with the shit, man. Bob Arum, stink on boxing. Stink. Back in the days, he did some good service with Muhammad Ali and those guys. Present time, he a fucking old piece of froggy shit, as far as I'm concerned. I don't care what I say, because I don't have to go to press conferences and all that shit and kiss people's ass. I can say what I want. I'm a fan. All right? Fuck Bob Arum. Fuck him. I don't care. You promoting your fighters. Promote your damn fighters. Well, you got to put other prominent fighters in your mouth for. Always dick sucking. Always clout chasing. That motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko trying to chase Mikey Garcia now. Clout chasing. Dude, you don't know what you asking for. You can get fucked up by Mikey Garcia. He can knock your ass out several times over. Mikey will fuck him up. Fuck up Lomachenko bad. That I can guarantee. In this case, they claim Loma can't make welterweight. Okay, if he can't make welterweight, okay, go ahead and fuck with Mikey Garcia. That's a different category of fighter. You know what I'm saying? Mikey need a campaign, in my opinion, at welterweight if he can face Manny Pacquiao, or at junior welterweight ain't really cool. I mean, junior welterweight ain't nothing down there. So it's either welterweight if you want to go back down to lightweight. See, Lomachenko's looking for a name that he can face so he can get pay-per-view and stuff. Mikey's now a pay-per-view. He's a pay-per-view attraction. He proved that with the numbers game. So Mikey, everybody gonna be chasing down Mikey because Mikey he got that status now. He's been on a pay-per-view. Might have lost, but he's been on one. So of course Lomachenko gonna chase down Mikey Garcia. Okay? And that young buck coming up in the top rank, that hot guy that's coming up in top rank, he's almost a contender now, Teofimo. Him, you gotta watch out for him too. And he's smart. And I think if he faces Lomachenko, he'll beat him. He'll beat Lomachenko. I think so. The way how he's talking, I don't know from his actions. When I look at his fights, it don't. People are impressed by his fights. I'm not completely impressed by his fights. He ain't shown me nothing yet. That I mean, he's smoking the dudes. He's smoking them and fast. But I mean, it doesn't still show me that he can beat a Lomachenko yet. Doesn't mean anything because the way how he's talking. And from what he's saying, I get what he's saying. I see what he sees, right? But it doesn't mean necessarily that he can execute that. I have to see. But of course, that's because I don't really know him like that. I haven't seen him spar. I haven't seen what the work he's put in over the years. So, but he talks a great talk, Teofimo. And he's not gonna stay at lightweight for very long either. So he's gonna be moving on. You know, so Lomachenko's got that great mystique. And Lomachenko seems to have a habit of trying to bring up guys from lower weight classes. So you've been calling out Gervonta Davis. And I'm like, you gonna call out Tank, right? Because he's in a lower weight class to you? You call out Tank. Tank would murk your ass, okay? There's a couple of guys out there. Like people say, oh, Tank stay in the pocket too long and stuff. Y'all don't know Tank. Y'all don't know Tank like that. Tank can move. And he can move very quickly around the ring. He's not a Guillermo Rigondeaux, an old dude who moved up 2 weight classes to face Lomachenko. It's different. All right, Tank's a different guy, different set of rules, different kind of fighter. Okay, and you know I don't think Lomachenko want to face a Tank Davis. I just don't think so. You know, I just don't think so. Tank's a different guy. It's like people they're talking up this guy, Tevin Farmer, and he's got great defense. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? That guy got banged up by Juno Carroll. Juno Carroll ain't got the pop. He ain't got the power. Just imagine what Tank would do to him. I mean, y'all must be tripping. Y'all tripping. All right, Tank fought somebody even better than Tevin Farmer. Who beat Tevin Farmer in Pedraza, which Loma struggled with. Bobby was saying, oh, Pedraza didn't have the right conditions when he faced Tank. Fuck that. No. Pedraza did show some good stuff in that fight with Tank. But Tank's a different beast. He's from a different breed. All right? I'm telling you, Gervonta Davis is the real deal. Now, he do as if he distracted, but because he does these daily things with his so-called girlfriend right now, his girlfriend. But he don't be fooled by Tank. Don't be fooled by Tank. He be putting in his work and stuff. Don't be fooled by him at all. Okay? Tank. Mikey. You know, them guys. Robert Easter now. He might have a better chance with Robert Easter. But not Tank and not Mikey. Those are different kinds of guys. They're different breed. Okay? I love to see what Teofimo Lopez does also because he's in top rank. So hopefully he can get that fight before the end of this year facing Lomachenko. I think that's the fight that Teofimo should get. Let him get his chance. Let's see what he can do. You know. So hopefully he gets that fight with Loma because there's no reason Bob Arum should hold that back from Teofimo. He's trying to promote Loma. It should be an inexperienced fighter to face Lomachenko. Lomachenko probably won't be looking for that fight because Teofimo's nobody. Ain't no big payday there. So I'm just saying. I think Teofimo's doing his first pay-per-view or something like that. So I'm just saying that, you know, Lomachenko is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. Does some good things in there. I love his feinting. He does it very fluently, very quickly. Footwork is... I'm not really impressed by his footwork, but I am impressed by his feints, the number of feints he throws, and very quickly, you know. But he's rehearsed. He's mono speed. He does change up the power, but he's mono speed. He's mostly looking for gaps and spaces in your defense and in your arsenal. And if you stay still long enough with him, that's what he wants. If you're moving around with him, It's different. So that's how I feel about that. Um, but I think they should stop chasing because they know very much that Mikey Garcia. You're not just going to get Mikey Garcia like that because you put all these obstacles in place so that the fight with Mikey Garcia wouldn't happen. It's like stupid Tyson Fury. He gonna be fighting a dud right now. You know, Deontay Wilder at least facing Dominic Brazil. We know that name, right? We know Dominic Brazil. Who the fuck is Tyson Fury facing? Don't know that dude. And then there's the rumors that Deontay Wilder may face Vladimir Klitchko. That would be good. Of course, that doesn't seem likely because they just had a press conference about Dominic Brazil on Showtime. Quite frankly, I'm not impressed, and I'm not really interested in that fight, Dominic Brazil versus Deontay Wilder. That's also a well-known dud. The only guy who's really facing something of a good competition is actually Anthony Joshua. He's facing Gerald Babyface or Baby Miller. Gerald Baby Miller. That's a good ass fight. A lot of people don't know. They think Gerald Miller is gonna get beat by Klitschko. He's gonna stop Gerald Miller. Okay, if that's what you think, that's a good ass fight. I'm telling you, that's a good ass fight, and we'll see if Anthony Joshua can keep off Gerald Miller from him, or if it's gonna be an inside game. If it's an inside game, Gerald Miller's gonna win this fight. Just what it is. He's gonna beat him. If Anthony Joshua can keep him on the outside somehow, some way, then he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna be able to do to Gerald Miller what he wants to do, and that's how that goes. Anyway, man, we got some other news out here. I just gotta get out of the house in a minute. Need an upshave up. Get to the business of the day. Just got some food I gotta eat. Yeah, guys, what other topics you guys want to talk about? So, maybe some other upcoming fights that you guys might be interested in checking out and stuff. You know? Cool. Yeah. I was looking at some of the present day news, and I saw. Ooh, this camera be jumping all over the place. That's cool. Oh yeah, there goes my stomach. Gerald Baby Miller, baby. We got different people. We got Fanon International Boxing Channel talking about baby Mikey Garcia clown by Lomachenko. He's a hater of Mikey Garcia. I don't know why. I don't know what Mikey did to him. Whereas DT3, the Boom Man, who was a boxer, there's a difference. When you have non-boxers, they talk a lot of shit and they're full of shit. But DT3, the Boom Man, he's been boxing. He was a professional fucking boxer. And he says Mikey Garcia deserves his credit. Of course he deserves his credit. In a number of different ways. Of course, Porter and they're trying to vie to get a fight with Errol Spence. And also they're trying to set up a fight with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Maybe before the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. Manny Pacquiao's not facing Errol Spence. And we know that. I want to talk to you guys about Eric Bradley's Master Boxing. So there's a boxing endurance and fitness program that Eric Bradley is putting out there and definitely you guys need to check it out. We had some interviews by Amir Khan. He was talking about, Maidana versus the opponent that might be the guy that's facing Maidana, which is Phil Logreco. Philo Greco. Phil Logreco. I don't know how that will turn out, but it is what it is. And Amir Khan thinks he can beat Terrence Crawford. Okay, that's a nice attitude. That's what you gotta have when you're boxing. But he knows deep down in his heart you're about to get knocked the fuck out. Just what it is. So he can believe whatever he wants. The outcome's gonna be the same. He's gonna get knocked the spark out, and that's what it is. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? I'm hearing that Brian Adams will either face Jamel Charlo or Gennady Golovkin. That's a fucked up fight. I don't think Brian Adams belongs anywhere against any one of those guys as an opponent. Far less Gennady Golovkin. That's a fucked up thing to happen, but it is what it is. And Amir Khan was talking about how he chose Terrence Crawford versus Kell Brook. I guess all the reasons make sense. He's still gonna get knocked the fuck out. It seems as though David Benavidez at 168 will be facing Anthony Dirrell. I was ordered by the WBC, so that's awesome. And we saw Alexander Usyk training with Vladimir Klitchko. Hence, probably the reason why Vladimir Klitschko wants to come back into boxing. But Devin Haney, I haven't talked about Devin Haney in a while. Devin Haney's talking about Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. I'm not gonna lie to you. If Devin Haney gets a little bit more experience on his belt, I would love to see him face Gervonta Davis. I would love to see that. That would be a good ass fight. That is a good ass fight. That's a fight I'm licking my chops to see. Not no fucking Tevin Farmer. Devin Haney should face Tevin Farmer. That'll be a nice step up for Devin Haney. Take the title from Tevin. Fucking Tevin Farmer. Y'all gotta be fucking kidding me. Tevin Farmer's shit. Devin Haney smoke his ass. Even now, Devin Haney would smoke his ass. Y'all gotta be tripping. Inexperienced Devin Haney would take the title from Tevin Farmer. That's how much I don't believe in Tevin Farmer. Shane Mosley talks Canelo versus GGG3. Fuck, nobody want to see that. What the fuck you want to see Canelo versus GGG3 for? For what? To prove what? To see GGG get his ass beaten up even more? Oh, come on, man. Y'all gotta be tripping. He took 2 beatings from Canelo. You want him to take a... In fact, GGG has taken 3 beatings. 1 from Anthony Joshua. I'm sorry, what am I saying? 1 from Danny Jacobs, who beat his ass. 1 from Canelo, the first fight. And then again from Canelo, a second fight. He took 3 fucking beatings. You want him to take a 4th now? What is his face? Come on, man, people. Shane Punch Drunk Mosey talking about it. It's a good fight between, that's a good fight, you know. He's punch drunk. He sounds like a punch drunk guy. Been taking too much punishment. These fucking people, man. Shane Mosley's talking about Canelo versus Jacob being a tougher fight. Of course, it's a tougher fight than Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin. It's a tougher fight for Canelo, no doubt about that. Jacobs is a much more skilled, much more versatile boxer than GGG was. So it's going to be a tougher fight for Canelo. That's no doubt about that. It's not a 50-50 fight, though. It's not. It's just not a 50-50 fight. I don't care if Danny Jacobs pull magic out his ass. It's not going to be a 50-50 fight. Just what it is. It's just what it is. Canelo's got too many tools in the tank for... Danny's going to try something. He's going to try something. You're going to realize very quickly Canelo's a different kind of beast. So, I pick Canelo to win that fight. But it is a tougher fight than with Gennady Golovkin's. Much more one-dimensional than, say, a Danny Jacobs. He tough, though. Boxing Beats and Rhymes is talking about lineal champion and what it means to boxing. We discussed this topic before. And lineal champion just means the man that beats the man. But because the man of the division is not necessarily now the guy who beats the guy. It's not necessarily that. So, for instance, Adonis Stevenson was the lineal champion of the light heavyweight division, but the man of the division was Sergey Kovalev because he proved himself to be the man of the division. So the man who beat the man sometimes is great, but not necessarily. Because we have so many different belts now, um, the guy who beats the lineal champion, which is the guy going all the way back in history, he got a lot of history behind him, but that'll make him the man of the division. He's still a belt holder until he proves himself to be the man of the division. Even back in the day, the guy who beat the guy, it's really how long you could stay as champion. How long could you stay as captain of the mountain? That really brings reputation. You could train for one fighter and beat him. What happened with Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn trained his whole life to beat Pacquiao. He did it. But then he just got destroyed by Terrence Crawford. So he didn't even get a successful defense. So he's not the man of the division. He just happened to be a guy who kind of got Pacquiao's number for once. And that's his whole claim to fame. He ain't going to have no more claim to fame after that. So when you talk about the man of the division, that's what really is more important than a lineal champion. Even though a lineal champion is very good, you have all this history going back to God knows when. And sometimes you have the skills to back it up to prove that you are that good. So it's different things for different people. We got some fights here. Terrence Crawford be chirping like a birdie, man. He chirping. He's trying to send a message to Errol Spence. Crawford, you better focus your fucking mind on American, otherwise might outbox your ass. Might even drop you. You better stay focused. Don't be sending no message to Errol Spence. Errol Spence finished this fight. Errol Spence can do whatever he wants now. You, on the other hand, have to stay focused. I still feel Terrence Crawford is green. I think he's green. He ain't really facing the opposition at welterweight he needs to face. American has an interesting resume. He has faced some really good opposition and some all-time greats and Hall of Famers. But the problem with American is this. He's lost in devastating fashion to a lot of them. The top echelon ones. Danny Garcia should get more respect in the boxing game than Amir Khan. But Danny has put up competitive fights against the very best in every division he's been in. And came out on top. Came up short only twice. So Danny has proven himself to be a true welterweight. Not Khan. Khan has been facing non-punchers and relatively weak opposition for a former world champion. It's like they're protecting him. That fight he faced didn't look that great. It was against Sammy Vasquez. Sammy motherfucking got Vasquez. Nobody. And I thought Chris Algieri beat him. So American Khan going in there to collect a paycheck from Terrence Crawford, in my opinion. That's if Rob Arum doesn't rub him with his money. 'Cause Gavin not even gonna have a knockout in that fight. The knockout's gonna be Amir Khan. Probably gonna knock him the fuck out. This is the guy who said Mayweather ducked. Amir King Khan. Amir has been slept once. Looks like he wants to be put to sleep again. They'll sleep him. That's for sure. Try to see how to pay. You want to go. Cable and water? Mm-hmm. Alright, time to go. Amir King Khan. Mm-hmm. I think that if you appreciate the sport of boxing, as I do, you would know that a boxer cannot completely change their style. You know, it is just certain fundamental things Amir Khan does wrong that allows him to get caught time and time again. I'm not going to change it. Virgil Hunter can't change it either. But Terrence Crawford is going to see those things and just take advantage of them. That'll be it. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, into the sport of boxing and upcoming fights. Let me tell you what's coming up. All right. By the way, Anthony Peterson, which is Lamont Peterson's brother, fought to a draw against a guy called Agenis Mendez. I don't know who that guy is, but fought a draw. Jesse Magdalena was stopped by Lopez, Teofimo Lopez. He got a win over Rico Ramos. Rico Ramos still around. Wow. Anyways. And Louis Collazo still boxing. I didn't know that. He fought Samuel Vargas and beat him. Good for him. So, all of that happened as well. So those are some of the fights that passed. Over this weekend, we really don't have any big set of fights per se. We got Liam Smith versus Sam Egerton, David Avanesian versus Kerman Leharaga. Avanesian, of course, he's got to beat Shane Mosley and so on. Alexander Gavordik, he's going to be facing Dudu uh, Gumbu. Nagumbu. So at the end of the day, that's basically it. That's the end of this month, which is Saturday. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much boxing until Friday the 12th of April, where Lomachenko's facing Corolla. Again, not really interested in that fight. And then on Saturday, Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer. That's the fight for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. I have Clarissa Shields winning that fight. I'll be glad if Christina Hammer does, but I don't see it happening. That same night, Jaime Munguia for the super welterweight championship will be facing Dennis Hogan. Don't know who the fuck that is. I know Munguia. That's about it. And Sergey Derevyanchenko will be facing Jack Kulke. So Derevyanchenko will be on display once again, which would be good to know. Peter Quillen's coming back. He's going to face Caleb Truax. I think he faced him before, didn't he? No, it wasn't him. It was Danny Jacobs. Okay. Caleb Truax was world champion. I can't remember when. And then, of course, on the 20th of April, Terrence Crawford will face Amir Khan. Danny Garcia will face Adrian Granados. And Teofimo Lopez will face Edis Tatli. That's basically it. I don't know if any of those fights make you excited. Most of them are showcase fights, so it's going to be kind of dead for a while. For at least the month of April. Not really many fights to get me excited for boxing right now. You know. I think that, if I'm being honest with you guys, the only thing that gets me excited for boxing is probably Granados versus Danny Garcia is going to be a good fight. But expect Danny Garcia to pull it off and win. Granados has a nice aggressive style and can box on the outside, but I see Short Porter beat him, so not too enthusiastic about him versus Danny Garcia and seeing if he'll beat Danny Garcia. This is a sleeper, though. So it should be, if it's a tough fight, that'd be worth the while. You know, action-packed tough fight would be good. Yeah. Yep. Out of all those other fights, that's basically it. Those are the ones that really kind of get my interest. Anywho, guys, that's it for me for now. Didn't see much conversation from you guys. Just one or two things, one or two questions. Yep. So, I hope you guys have a great day.